Is me at work, and I'm walking on a treadmill, and I've been doing it for about 3.5 years yet, and I still haven't fallen off it. And that's the type of work I do. I study walking behavior, and many people have asked, walking behavior? I thought I had that, pretty much mastered when I was 2 years of age, but I say, well, there's a lot we can learn about walking behavior. So I study walking behavior in populations, and including populations with disease conditions. I study walking for exercise. I study walking to get places, including walking from the parking lot into buildings and so on. And I study walking the dog. I study walking in the form of childcare, who we walk with. I study treadmill walking. I study walking in inclement weather. I study walking as we age and walking at work and so on. Basically, if it involves feet moving, I'm very much interested in studying it. And I study using a lot of different gadgets, pedometers and accelerometers and high technology gadgets. And so this is just some of the, I wonder if they gave me a, oh, nope. Scott! Thank you. There. Do I have a laser? Is this a laser?
Yes.
Awesome. How does it work? Awesome. Thank you. Okay. See, I told you I worked with gadgets, but obviously not this type of gadget. So this is a device that we get people to wear around their arm. It's an accelerometer device, and you wear it all day. And I get data every minute of the day. So this is a 24-hour clock, and this is every minute in the day, and there's 1,440 minutes in a day. And I can get the number of steps that you take in each minute. So at midnight, this individual who took 6,135 steps on this day, that person got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Okay? So I can tell what you do every minute. And this, they parked their car and walked to their office. And here, they left their office and walked out to their car. So you can see that they were more excited about this at the end of the day. But I spend time looking at precise detail like this about walking behavior. And I'm interested in the steps that you take every minute. We call that cadence, or step frequency, or stride length. It has many names for it. And then we can also measure it in the lab on an electronic mat. And this is one that this lady's walking across here. It's electronic, but it doesn't shock you. You walk across it, and I get electronic footprints in the sand. So I get these little colorful prints here as you walk across. And I immediately get a whole bunch of numerical data that makes me very happy, and including things like cadence, your normal cadence. So I can tell what your gait is like. And then I look at that gait across that mat, and then I refer back to your usual activity that I get from the armband or any other of my devices. And I can look at the amount of time that you spend walking at a normal gait during the day and so on. So I can study walking on these levels. I use a lot of different gadgets. This is a pedometer, which is a more simple gadget for counting steps per day. This is worn on the wrist, and it gives people feedback on steps per minute as they're going, so they can see how fast they're walking. This device actually fits on the thigh, and I can tell when a person's actually sitting. This one you wear around the ankle, and it's very sensitive to very slow gaits, and so I use that in more clinical populations. This is the armband, and this is one that we wear around the waist. So I use them for different populations and different reasons, and they give me information. But why do I have this information? Well, I'm interested in intervention ultimately. So I want to know how much people walk so I can help them walk more. And some of the ways that we work with different populations is using different devices for intervention, including, again, a pedometer to help them increase their walking. But especially pertinent to Parkinson's populations, there's been a lot of work on auditory cueing, or metronome counts, or music, listening to music, to help the person with their gait. So metronomes, this is also a type of metronome. It beeps at a rate. This provides information on cadence, but just plain old music, listening to music can actually help a person with their gait as well. And so there's been a lot of research in Parkinson's with auditory cueing. Now, the role of exercise in Parkinson's disease, generally, as Dr. Callaghan was talking about, it's important. We're talking about a lot of other things today, but this is fundamental to, well, to everyone, not even with Parkinson's disease, but it certainly can help the people with Parkinson's. Quality of life, not the idea of living longer, but living better and enjoying the life. And that includes mobility issues, being able to get around, and so on. Anytime anybody gets diagnosed with any type of disease, sometimes they approach it by sitting still, by resting, trying to get stronger that way. Well, that's actually just the opposite what people should be doing. What we call this is when you sit too long, you can get deconditioning that's secondary to the disease, which means it has nothing to do with the disease itself. It's just that you sat too much, you got weak, and you're no longer strong. So quality of life is one of the reasons we promote exercise. Symptom management, it's been shown to help with gait, balance, tremor, flexibility, grip strength, motor coordination. Doesn't cure it, it helps with it. It also can help with avoiding complications like falls because it can help with balance. And there is some evidence, especially with rodent studies, that it possibly slows disease progression by enhancing the efficiency of dopamine utilization in the brain. So for a lot of reasons, I probably don't have to give you another reason to exercise. And I study walking behavior, and people will probably ask me questions, which exercise? The one you will do. Okay. Strength training is great. Tai Chi is fantastic. Yoga is amazing. Walking is amazing. The one you will do. And they all have benefits and doing more. I mean, I certainly do promote walking, and I promote walking more. And what I mean by walking more is frequently, farther, and faster. Frequently, more often during the week, but more often during the day. Farther, every time going just a little bit more. Doesn't mean miles at a time, just a few more steps at a time. And faster, I actually promote walking at a faster cadence when you can do that, just to lift it up a little bit. So it's as simple as just walking more wherever you're at. So I wanted to keep it very short and sweet, and we'll be on the panel in just a few minutes, but I can actually hand it over to my colleague, Dr. Ingram.